Good morning. Welcome to this morning's stream, and something a little bit different. There we go. It's funny how things come on and off, and forget that we haven't set them back up again. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We're on RGT today, and as you can see from the text down the bottom, we're doing the virtual 312. We've got quite an easy run-in. Well, that wasn't right. So I don't know what happened there, but my OBS decided to have a little belly to itself. Anyway, stage 1, 49, just almost 49.8 kilometers, and over 1,100 meters of climbing. It starts off pretty simple. We've got about 20 kilometers when you leave Playa de Muro and you head back towards Valencia. It's along the coast road, really flat, and then when you take that little turn, you can see it right in the middle of the map. It's a little turn, and that's a roundabout just on the outskirts of Valencia, and then you start heading out on the main road. I think it's the MA10? Can't remember. MA10 heading towards, they called it Ariany, which really gets the legs going because that's a category 2 climb. If memory serves me right, it's the biggest climb of the day because although you do end up going on stage 1 up the other side of the Puig Mallorca, it's not an HC climb because the HC climb is from the other side heading back up. That's better. And stick that on. Still got Kiss in the name, never mind. We're not racing for Kiss today. We're just doing our own training. We're on the good road bike today because come on! You don't get as many people out on the road as that when you're doing the real 312. It's quite funny because you start ridiculously early. I think when I did it 2 years ago, it was like 6 AM or earlier that I had to get up. And you're standing in the dark, shivering, trying to get close to the front. And then unfortunately on that day, it did take us about an hour to get through the start-finish line. There's not that many people around, unless of course they're involved in the cycling. stick a bit of music on, eh? Yeah, the 312. What a challenge that is. We tried to do it 2 years ago. And obviously I did say tried because essentially our bike disintegrated around us. Horrible, horrible noise it was making. So we ended up having to quit at one of the turn-offs. I think it's on this event it's going to be stage 3, but obviously when you're doing the 312 it's one big long ride. But we do have restrictions on RDT, so there's 6 different stages. So yeah, I think on stage 3 there was the cut-off. You either went right the 312 course or went left for the 167. And because my bike was essentially not working that day, I took the decision to limp home on the 167. Quite annoying because I tried to get the bike fixed already. Been making some noises a couple of days prior. Took it to a local bike shop. I thought it was the bottom bracket. I don't know if he looked or whether he just went with what I said. Put a new bottom bracket in it. That wasn't the case. It ended up being something to do with the hub on the wheels that I had at the time. That essentially just disintegrated inside because although they didn't fall apart on the 312, the next event which I did, they actually completely seized and stopped working. So yeah, we didn't actually get the 312 done last year. Obviously, you might have heard of a little thing called COVID. You might not. Google it. You don't know. Yeah, we were meant to go out last year. Obviously that got cancelled. Because we hadn't booked directly, we didn't get our place carried over. Although the tour operator that we were going to go with wanted to carry ours over, and we decided, nah, we didn't sign up. So we just let it lapse. I think, to be honest, I was fairly certain that it wasn't going to go ahead this year. And I was right, because it has been cancelled. Well, postponed, it's not cancelled. It's still planned to be going ahead in October. Which is another reason not to do it, because why on earth do you want to go to Mallorca in October to ride on potentially much wetter roads with a lot less daylight than you'd have in April and May? So yeah, we decided not to do the 312 this year. We might attempt to go back and do it next year. Not sure. It's a shame that the way this event is set up. It's a good thing in one way, but it's a shame in another. So it's a challenge route. It's been open since the 24th of April, which was the official day for doing all 6 stages in a row. Now on that event, you would have had other riders around you. Today, there's only one other rider, and he's 30 kilometres away. So if you'd been able to do this with other riders, this particular section, rolling out from Playa de Muro along past Alcudia towards Valenza, as I said, it's all on the coast. It's so flat. You get yourself in a group, the speeds that you can get up to is insane. Very much doubt that I will make up any ground on Coll. We're not We're not intended to go particularly hard today. We've got 6 stages to do. We're going to do it in 7 days because on day 4 we're racing. So essentially we're just using this as like long endurance ride. A couple of efforts because of course it's not that easy to ride up the hills and not put effort through the pedals. Although, as I said earlier, we put a good race bike on today because we know that at 100% trainer feedback, can't ride this in the big ring. And the other bike is set up more for one or the other. Because at some point, we will pull our finger out and we'll get that V Everesting done. So we put a really small chain on the front. But what that means is, it doesn't swap very easily between small ring and the big ring. So I either set it up for the big ring for when I'm racing, stick it in the small ring for when I just do small ring efforts. But if I'm riding, I can't really jump between the two. It doesn't really work. It takes quite a bit of effort to get up onto the big ring, so knowing that even though we're not going to go hard today, knowing that we're going to need the small ring, that's why we put the good bike on the trainer. Yeah, 36 kilometers an hour. On the morning of the 312, you will easily be over 40 because you've obviously got upwards of 8,000 competitors. Now, not everyone's hammering it, but of course, the closer you get to the front in terms of your start time, in theory, the better the cyclist, because you're not really that fussed. You're probably not going to make that much of an effort to get up at 6 AM or 5 AM to get near the front of the queue. I certainly wouldn't, unless I was wanting to give myself the most amount of time available to get it past. But anyway, that being said, more than likely, this first section is just chain gang after chain gang. I remember on the day I was with 2 other KRT riders, and they'd both done the 312 before, so I'm struggling to think of the names. Martin and some other guy. That's annoying. What was his name? That's really annoying. Anyway, they're both good climbers, although Martin was slightly less of a good climber. So his plan was got to get to Coll as fast as possible. So just sit on a wheel and we will surf the wheels. We'll find some boots. And oh my god, he took off at a fair rate of knots. So yeah, 33, almost 34 kilometers an hour here. In real life, we were definitely doing about 40. And to be honest, I mean, I'm doing what? Between 150, 160, 170 watts, something like that. We were probably putting out about this effort, but flying along because it's so flat, this area next to the coastline. When we take that left-hand turn, I'm sure it's the MA10 or the MA1. I think it's the MA10. As soon as we take that left-hand turn, that's when you start seeing the mountains. And as I say, Coll is absolutely gorgeous climb, but it's category 2. The only good thing is, you're probably going to be riding it round about 8, half past 8 in the morning. So it's not that hot yet. only all of this stage was as easy as this. Yeah, 7 kilometers called it for me. Just under 6% average, which is nonsense because there are some proper steep sections. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a category 2 climb. In. Whoop, whoop. 40 to go. Currently we're just cruising along. 0.6 intensity. Remember at FTP just moment. Just moment? Just at the moment or just now? Pick one. Yeah, our FTP just now is about 267. Although this is going to be quite an interesting ride today because our training plan this week, the last 2 days, Saturday was Russian steps, but every step was a full gas sprint. That was hell on a bike. And then yesterday was standard start sprints, and just, you know, one thing led to another. We didn't actually get that workout done until about 9:30 at night, so we finished 11 o'clock. So yeah, the legs are pretty damn knackered. So it'd be nice if I could just cruise along for 40 kilometers at 160 watts. Currently averaging 158 for the last 20 minutes, but that ain't going to happen because we've got a lot of climbing to do. See there in the top right, we've done 34 meters so far. We've got like just under 1100 still to go because it's what, 11:29 I think it is today. I've just realised I've brought the wrong bottle. I've got this one, which has got some sugar in it. But this one is also meant to have sugar in it, but it's not. It's just water. So it shouldn't overly affect today's ride. However, it's probably going to put the recovery after the ride on the back foot because we won't have taken on enough carbohydrate during the ride. So we will definitely be dipping into the reserves. Not ideal. I won't sing, don't worry. You don't need to log off.
Oh, I can't get enough, get enough. Don't ever let me be away from you. I'm gonna hold you tight, cause you're the only thing that I can't lose. I never needed you to give me things. I never needed gifts or diamond rings. All I ever need, all I ever need is here with you. This place where we can go.
I remember a little bit, well, actually much further on this stage, on the actual day of the 312. But after the Coll de Femení summit, you essentially go on to climb up to the top of the Pic Mallorca. But it's quite rolling. I mean, it's rolling, but in general it's still going up. But there's still a few really good dips. And I do recall at one bit getting a little bit carried away. Downhill section, went round somebody on the outside. We also moved to the outside, and I was literally one foot off the pedals, leaning like this, balancing with my leg out, trying to make sure that I didn't go down into the ditch. And if you've ever ridden in Mallorca, especially on the hills, some of the ditches, some of the roads, they're quite elevated, and there's quite a drop off the road. So when you're coming downhill at 50 odd k, the last thing you want to do is come off the road. $37k left to go. Unfortunately, that 37k is going to take ages, because we still haven't started the climbing. At this point we're still heading along the coast from Alcudia towards Pollenza, and then we'll take that left hand turn, and then we'll start climbing. Very gradually at first, but then once we hit the Coll de Femení proper, you'll see the road really ramp up. Legs are really, really stiff. This is going to be quite a tough week on the bike. All 6 stages of the 312, plus racing on the Thursday. That's going to be interesting because certainly stage 3 is the Queen stage. There is quite a bit of climbing to do. Let's see, stage 3, 59 kilometres, and it's 1206 metres climbing, and it's really quite a sawtooth. Lots of small calls. Whereas this essentially is just 2 big climbs. Col de Femenie, and then the sort of up and down nature of the backside of the Puig Mayor. I say only 2 climbs. It's still 1129 metres of climbing. There's no only about it.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams.
Now, let me just try something out because something's been going wrong with my streams recently. None of the notifications have been coming through, so let me find my own stream, give myself a like, nothing. So why is that? Why is my according to this, how about 3 likes already? Why is it not coming through? So my stream alerts aren't working. Quite annoying. Because obviously, someone sends me an alert. I'd quite like to give them a shout out on the stream. I don't know why it's not working. Fresh cash, how about we try that? Trouble is, can't give myself another like. I can't obviously follow myself. So if you're watching, drop me a like and let's see if I fixed that issue. I'm not sure if I have. Not sure, but it might be. Might be the cache. Whatever it is, it's pretty annoying. So here we go, it's in my Facebook notifications. Adrian and John and Gareth and Gibo. I'm not sure. Thanks very much for the likes so far, gentlemen. Sorry you didn't get a shout out on stream earlier, but I don't know why it's not coming up. We will need to have a little look into that. Whether it's a stream alerts problem or maybe it's an OBS problem. Now, I don't remember seeing a turn, but I've travelled 16k, which I reckon is about the distance or so. I think, maybe I'm wrong, from Playa de Muro to Valenza. So we should be starting to climb soon. Certainly feels it a little bit in the legs now. 1.8% slope. Average power certainly starting to keep up. Purposely trying to keep it a little bit low though. This is anything but a full gas effort today, and hopefully it stays that way on the climb as well. I need to Google why the Streamlabs aren't working. That's going to bug me now. I can see people coming in and out, watching the stream, potentially leaving a like while they're here, and I'm not seeing it on the screen. All I see is the number flickering up and down with the number of watchers. Quite annoying. Potentially I could open up the other screen and put Facebook on there, but I want everything self-contained with an OBS. But here we are. So I did get my distances wrong. That's us now hitting Valenza. So we should have a wee left-hand turn coming up soon. Then that'll be us heading out towards the mountains. You see that very faint, sort of very light, sort of blue-white outline ahead. That's the mountains. That's where we're going. Still got well over 1,000 meters worth of climbing to do. Quite funny. Normally my maps render a lot faster than that. But it's crawling. I guess that's maybe quite relevant today because we're going to be crawling up those climbs.
Platform 17 for the 1832 service to Brighton, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Morecambe, Haywards Heath, Whipplesfield, Burgess Hill, Essex, Preston Park and Brighton. Customers for London Road, Bourne School, Falmer and Lewis, also Hove and stations to Worthing should change at right.
There we go. 30 kilometres left now. If only it was that easy. Once that elevation climb reaches 129, we will still have 1,000 metres left to go. And I can tell you, after 2 days of sprint workouts, my legs are already feeling it. $20K done. slowly creeping up to that 129 meters climbed, which means that we have, well, once we get to that, we'll have 1,000 meters left. 21k done, 28 to go. Very, very tight legs. It's going to be a very interesting week. Some of the upper landscape starting to render in there. Just off to the right you can see the sort of ghost outline starting to fill in with some of the green, some of the rock faces. That's obviously where we're heading to. Coll de Femenie first, then the backside of the Puig Major, up towards the Gorge Blue, and that's where stage 1 finishes, which on the day, that's actually where there's a feed zone. Just as you come out the tunnel, or one of the tunnels, because there's two. There's one right up at the very top of the Puig. There we go. We've passed 129. So, 1,000 meters left to climb. And this is us heading out of Pollenza towards the Coll de Femenie. Nice, steady road. And then as soon as you hit the climb, it ramps up quite a bit. And of course, like most decent climbs, there's a lot of zigzagging involved. Whew. Kind of regretting not starting earlier because we're due to start at 9:30. Didn't start till, I don't know, how long we've been on the bike? 45 minutes. Right, so we didn't start till 11, just before 11. We've got a work call to do at 1. Not sure I'm going to make that call. And I've definitely not got the power in the legs today to smash it up these points. That ain't gonna happen, no way. This shows you the difficulty of this stage, because we're approaching halfway in terms of distance. But so far we've only done 146 metres of climbing. We've still got a long way to go in terms of elevation. A little stretch there. We're going to get plenty of that coming up. There's the banner coming up to say we've reached halfway. Still only climbed 150 metres. At this point, kind of start to ask yourself, start to ask yourself, why are you doing this? You could have just done, well actually today would have been a rest day. You could have just done a normal week of training. But no, he decided to do the 312. Definitely. Gonna need another bottle. I reckon we get up to the top of the Coll de Femenie and then we get off. Quick stretch. Refill that bottle, or at least grab the bottle we should have brought with us. There we go, there's a red sign indicating we're about to start climbing. Yikes. Here we go, we're going to spend the next half an hour or so in the small ring. That's not nice. That's a pain in my quads, which is probably, well, not probably, definitely as the result of last night's sprints. Oh, that hurt. Now it would be really nice, although I'm sure they haven't done this, but it would be really nice if RTT marked the top of the columns. Of course, when you're riding in Mallorca, when you get to the top of this Coll de Femenie, you know you've got to the top because there's the sign that says you've reached the summit. It would be a really nice touch if RTT have added them in, but I doubt it. Looks like Coll's finished. That'll be why there was a hard dig at the end, trying to get to the line. I wonder if Paul was going full gas to get that best time. Not something we are even coming close to attempting today. Just a nice, steady ride. As nice as you can have when you've got 1200 metres of climbing to do. No, I don't. I've got 1129. I'm getting confused with stage 3, which is 1209.
We collide, we break down, caving in to our doubts, faces filled with sadness. When words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go, said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be
I'm not sure this bottle's going to last until the top of the climb. My goodness, look at this corner. Oh, man! You effing joking? 24%! Too much for these being smoothed out. Because there's definitely no 24% sections on the real climb. But I think this is unfortunately what happens with RGT. Doesn't like elevation change and directional change. There's definitely no 25% sections on the 312. Tell you what, standing up, as I thought it would, really stung. Those sprint efforts last night, and then not getting a good night's sleep, not stretching, excuse after excuse after excuse. I know, but they hurt. They really hurt. 22.5k to go. We've now passed 300 metres. Remember today's total, 11:29. A lot of climbing still to go. This is just the lower foothills, the lower slopes of the Coll de Femenie. I should have, in the absence of a sign at the end of the road to say you've reached the summit, what I should have done was taken a note of roughly the distance when I felt that the climb started, because it's a 7 point something kilometre climb. That was a bit of a horrible gear change. Look at that elevation map. Lots and lots of red still to go. As I say, just very start of the Coll de Femenie. I think it's highly likely I'm not going to be finished in time for my work call. But then, when you start an hour and a half late on the bike, you don't really leave yourself much wiggle room. This is such a beautiful climb in real life. They've actually shown it here, see? Down the left hand side. That's the edge of the cliff. And looking out over the valley on the left. Through lovely scented trees in the summer sun. It's just amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't take your mind off the fact that this is a nasty climb. But the scenery certainly is breathtaking. Trouble is, you definitely don't want to stop on the climb. Here comes another group of cheering fans at the roadside. Nice little touch that. And the big 312 banner obviously advertising all the sponsors. Gobek, who make phenomenal kit. SIS, Hyundai, Liv. That's 28k done. 21 still to go. Mostly all uphill because we've only done 384 metres climbing. "21 kilometres left." Honestly, how many times do you actually question yourself as a cyclist as to why do we do these things? I could have had a rest day today. Could have been doing some housework. Could have been playing some NHL on the Xbox. Could have been doing some work. But no, I've decided to come and ride the first stage of the 312. Why, oh why, oh why? Dropping sweat on the Garmin really doesn't help it. We're not there yet. Oh shit. Shut down RGT. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, hang on. Come back. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So, if my memory serves me right, I've got to get past this red bit. Then we've got some false flat stuff. And then we've got another red section just to the right before it goes green. I'm pretty sure that is the summit. We called it for many years. So we've got quite a bit to go before we can take a breather and get this bottle refilled. Empty. Empty. That's the problem with riding indoors. I find I drink a lot more fluid. Of course, good side is you can have all your bottles lined up in a row. However, I didn't effing do it, did I? brought the wrong bottles. Hey, Pascal. Hope you're well, buddy. Probably doing a lot better than me today. I'm not sure about that, mate. Still, 700. Woo! Crap gear change. 729 meters to go. Climbing. Fuck me. "45 minutes. Until I'm on a work call. I'm not sure. This is good timing. Should be a little sort of false flat bit coming up soon. And then the last ramp. And then we'll grab the other water bottles from the kitchen where we stupidly left them this morning. Yeah, false flat bit. Once we get past this little rise. Okay, we're on the little false flat bit. So as you can see, it isn't particularly flat. 3.9% just now.
Touch me, won't let you go to my head, 'cause I know I'm dealing with the devil, but I'm standing with my heart in your hand, and I'm too deep into in this gamble. Pull me towards you, and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get.
That looks suspiciously like the next ramp coming up. Yep, nearly. It's the wee fake ramp. 7%. Oh, what? Ah. Ah.
To me, this time I'm just looking to part from you. For you it's a red sign, for me it's a right time. Like green lights in the sky, and the sun sets in the west, then it goes by. This time I'm drive, this time is right. Make sure that you live it, make sure that you try. Promise you I won't stop, not until I get by. Take a minute, just breathe, take a second, don't cry. Who had thought that I could be alone? You lost your powers over me. I'm okay without you, yeah. Who had thought that I could be alone? You lost your powers over me. I'm okay without you, yeah.
This bit's gonna be steep. Look at this corner. told you at the start of this I'd be crawling. This is the steep bit though. So at the end of this, we can jump off, grab some water. We've passed halfway in terms of elevation. Thank God. Let's keep that on. We're nearly there. Once we get over this little rise and it goes flat, we'll grab the other bottles. Almost at this little flat bit, and then we'll grab the other water bottles. Right, that'll do. Back in 1 minute. Ah. Why am I still moving? With no power. Oh man, getting moving again. It's sore. Whew. Right. Let's grab some food. So, if you're wondering what I'm taking, it's the platidines. Unfortunately, I suffer from IBS and if I don't give myself time to digest food before I cycle, or just the effort of cycling, my belly can swell up like a balloon, which of course makes it very difficult to ride because all of the blood is down in the belly, dealing with that as opposed to giving the muscles some oxygen. And then the bottles, it's just a splash of cordial, 40 grams of sugar, white sugar, dissolved with a pinch of salt. Just super, super simple carbohydrate. Really easy to get it into the blood. Very easy on my body to digest. I've tried gels, I've tried bars, all the crap that the cycling industry sells you. All of it flares up my gut, so nice and simple now. White rice, white bread, jam, really simple sugars. And the salt, obviously, well, we're putting a lot of effort in, so we just want to try and keep the body ticking along. Right, we've got just coming up to 500 metres left worth of climbing. $14 kilometres left to go in distance, and we've got under half an hour because we have a work call to do, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to have to stop, do the work call, or do I do the work call while I'm on the bike? That would be interesting. I'd have to turn my microphone off though, so you'd be stuck with me just cycling along with music. Probably a good thing actually.
You are my pill, I swallow it. Take me away to Neverland, where colors fade my disbelief and make me forget my memory. Rent a car you can't afford, put on a song that we both know. Let your hair out in the wind, put the pedal to the floor, flame your light and take a smoke. Put your broken rip off, wafers on. Doesn't matter if the sun goes down. We'll still be up, still be up. Don't care about the place we found. We'll still be up, still
We get a little bit of downhill soon.
in this together. We both fall down. Doesn't matter if the sun goes
This is probably the bit I was talking about
still be high when
right at the start of the stream, that I almost gave a cropper in real life.
we will still be high when no lights out. We can pretend the time is still. Stay in the daydream, chase the thrill. Make up the way as we go. Live for the moment, lose control. Rent a car you can't afford, put on a song that we both know. Let your hair out in the wind, put the pedal to the floor, flame your light and take a smoke. Put your broken rip off, wafers on. Doesn't matter if the sun goes down. We'll still be up, don't care about the place when the lights out.
That didn't last for long, did it? Still going down a bit, but big difference between -6 and -1.
We will still be high with the lights out.
37k done. Just over 12 to do. It would be absolutely amazing if we could get this done before we need to get on our work call. However, we've got this big red bit coming up, and then another couple of little red sections. So, yeah, I'm not sure. 20 minutes to do 12k with all that climbing still to do. I mean, it is under 500 meters now, but still, I'm not sure. In fact, I know for a fact it ain't happening. Escora! Pretty odd that the focus on my Xert player hasn't kicked in to show me anything. I mean, I've been riding for an hour and 40. It's given me a difficulty rating, but yet it won't give me a focus. Very odd. $800 meters gone. So that gets to 829. There's 400 meters left. Which is still a decent amount of climbing, let's be honest. However, we've done 829. So we've only got a third of the elevation left to go.
Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now feeling
When the camera turns off and the mic turns off, you know that I've gone on my work call, but I'm still pedaling.
Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long, want you.
39 done. Just approaching 10 to go now. Let's have a look at the profile. Well, you can't see it, I can. Big red bit just underneath my my camera. We're nearly at the end of that red bit. 'Oh man, that little change there really stings. Both my left quad and hamstring from last night's sprints are really tight. This was never going to be a good idea today. 10k to go. All that effort for like 300 meters distance. We got a good chunk of elevation done though. Very, very slowly ticking it down. Oh man. Another little bit climbing. We're nearly there. Whew. A wee fake downhill. Back up again. Less than 300 meters still to go now. Nine kilometers. Oh man. Whew. Oh. Wrong gear. Shit. Whew. Nearly coming up to the bit of flat. Just over the next ridge. Then we get a little bit of respite. And then actually we get quite a lot of respite. Lots of green. A couple of blues, which is downhill. And then red section right at the end. Just to the right of my camera. Let's get the speed up. Let's try and tick off some of those final kilometres. Whew. "42 kilometres done."
I hold on to this storm 'cause I need to be swept away, swept away. I'm cornered in the cold where you left me. Left again, left again. Oh, there's a jungle in my head growing wilder, and it's killing me, killing me. I cannot let you go. I cannot let you go. I cannot let you go. I cannot let you go.
Where we are on the course just now is essentially, if you look underneath my ugly mug with the first X and kisses, that's roughly where we are. So we got a good little section of green still to go, a couple of little blue downhills, another green bit, and then the last couple of red sections just to get us up to the gorge blue and the finish line for today's stage. We're not going to stop, we're going to keep on going, but we will need to jump onto our work call. We can't really do that while we're streaming, so we'll have to turn off the mic. May as well turn off the camera as well. Don't want to look at my ugly mug. Unless, of course, I'm suffering, which, with the red bits coming up, I probably will be. Fingers crossed. It's a quick call. Sometimes it is. Depends on how many questions people have got. And then I can jump back on before we actually finish the day's route. So 5.6k to go. We're at 979 metres. Remember, we need to get to 12. No, we don't. We need to get to 11:29. So we really do not have a lot of elevation left which is fantastic because the legs are tired. But anyway, I'm going to leave you here because I need to jump on that call. I'll be back soon.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. You better grab that tambourine. Bring the bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene. Make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got inside. I miss you, miss you. Take you off, I came here way too strong. Cannot keep it low key. Got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof. Auto, your taste. Is it really a bad reception out there? Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? Found myself in between the lines, underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now I'm in too deep into this flow. A zero-sum game that I will lose. There's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough. Where you at?
Very, very odd. Been on a work call and doing this at the same time.
Where you at now?
Trying very hard for a second
Where you at?
not to deep breath.
Where you at now? I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. There's no denial, I'm chasing ghosts. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. Hitting you up, but I'm stuck on hold. Is it really a bad reception out there? Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? Where you at? Nah, nah, nah. Where you at now? Where you at now, now? I keep on looking for you, looking for you. Where you at? Where you at now? Where you at now? I keep on looking for you. Where you at?
Flat moves coming up ahead. 1k left to go. Man, that was tough. Normally at the end of a ride, I'd have you a wee chat, but we're a lot to go, so take it easy, take care, see you again tomorrow.